P5WA2 is coming. Can you solve one of the hardest P5 math question? And the question goes, the figure below is made up of square ABCD and triangle EBF. The area of the square ABCD is 196 centimeters square and AE is equal to EB. Find the difference between area X and area Y. So before we want to solve this question, we need to understand the concept of overlapped shapes. So in this case, we have two rectangles, 11 and 10 centimeters square. So let's say we have two rectangles, right? And each rectangle has an area of a non-shaded part, which is 1 centimeter square each. So can you guess what is the remaining shaded area for these two rectangles? So if you say the blue is 10 and the red is 9, then you're right. Pretty straightforward. So the thing is that if you were to overlap these rectangles, then you see that you will have, it will look something like this. So what's the difference in terms of the area of the red and blue shaded rectangle? And I think it's pretty straightforward. It is 1 centimeters square. So now the thing is that what do you think is the difference between the red and blue rectangle originally? And this will be equal to also 1 centimeter square. So the difference is actually the same. So now if you were to use other shapes, for example, one square and one triangle, 11 and 10 as well, then each shape has an equal size, which is a non-shaded part, which is 1 centimeter square each. That's what we see over here. And then I think you can guess the remaining shaded part area, which is 10 and 9. Then if you were to overlap them, can you guess the difference between the blue square and the red triangle? And it will be 1 centimeter square. And if you were to have the difference between the whole blue, I would say square, and the red triangle, this will then be also 1 centimeter square. So that means the difference is also the same. So this applies to our current question, which is the difference between the area X and Y, which is the same as if the blue triangle minus the red triangle EBF over here. So square ABCD minus triangle EBF is the same as if you were to have area X minus area Y. So we know from the question the area of square ABCD, which is in blue, right, is equal to 196 and triangle EBF. So we want to find the triangle EBF over here. So we know that since the square has equal sides, so that means side times side is equal to square area. So from here, how do we get each, or what's the number that multiplied by itself gives 196? So you have to, in a way, trial and error this, and it actually is 14 and 14. So the thing is, from the question, it says here that AE is equal to EB. So that means EB is half of 14, and this will give us 7. And for EBF triangle, you see that EB is the base, and then what is the height? Can you guess the height? If you guess the height is 14, then you are right. So EBF base is 7, height is 14. Then we essentially can get the area of the red triangle, which is equal to 49 centimeters square. So now we know the triangle area is 49 and the square is 196. Then we can finally answer the question. The difference in the area X and Y is equal to 147 centimeters square.